Welcome everybody to the first video. This is my first interaction with Pulsechain, my first interaction with YouTube, my first interaction with recording videos. And so I was introduced to Pulsechain about 8 months ago by a good friend of mine. He said, "Hey, I want you to take a look at this, dig into it. Just tell me if I'm crazy or not, or if I'm going to be a millionaire." Tell me if I'm crazy or if I'm going to be a millionaire. Well, you're probably crazy thinking you're going to be a millionaire from crypto, I would imagine, unless you stumbled upon a gold mine somehow. So I did some research into it, and I've been reading about it. When he first told me about it, I didn't do anything about it. Nothing. And then he told me about it again. He said, "Hey, did you look into it? I really want to know if this is a good thing or not." I dug into it a little bit, and I thought, man, this is either really amazing or really a lie. It's either that, really amazing or really a lie. And so I did a little more research, and I found out that the owner of it, or the creator of it, is a guy named Richard Hart. And then I did some research on him, did some deeper research on him just to see if that guy is legit or not. Turns out he is. Turns out he actually is a millionaire or a billionaire or something. He has a lot of money. And it looks to be that he doesn't really need the money, and he's building this more for the world as opposed to building it to pad his pockets. And so what is Pulsechain? Really just, in essence, Pulsechain is very simple. It's just a fork of Ethereum, which, like everything forks Ethereum, like Binance Chain forked Ethereum, very similar. When you fork something, you're going on a block, and then at one of these blocks, you just take another direction and you run parallel with the existing chain. So Ethereum's running at block 5 billion or 5,710,000. They fork it, and then it just becomes its own chain in parallel, and it kind of does its own thing. So why that's interesting, why that's cool, why that's amazing is because when you fork like that, then you can come up with your own rules. And you no longer are stuck behind really high gas fees and really expensive transactions and slow network, and then sometimes gassing out and losing all your funds during that transaction, which sucks. Or going into no man's land where they get stuck. So you can change your parameters, and that's what Pulsechain is doing. They are changing the game. They are lowering the transaction times down to, I think, like 4 seconds. They are changing the gas prices. So instead of being like $100 to do a transaction or a purchase, it's going to be pennies, if not less than pennies, or at least less than pennies at first until the price of Pulsechain goes up. And then you are also, obviously there's no miners because it's proof of stake, and then there'll be delegators, which means you can then delegate your PLS to a node provider, and then you can earn passively and never lose any of your coins. So that's cool. That's what I just researched. That's what I understand anyways. I understand that they already have a DEX, which is PLSX or Pulsex. I understand that they have things that are being built on it, and those things are being you can sacrifice for them. What a sacrifice basically is meaning that you just take what you believe in this project and you give your funds to them, and then you don't expect anything in return, but you get some points for it, and then they give you the product anyways. And so it's kind of like basically an ICO without actually calling it an ICO. Pretty simple. They have so they're going to fork it. They have all that stuff going on. The cool part about this whole thing is most companies, like let's use Binance for instance, they forked it. They forked Ethereum, and then they just started their own chain new, and it's a new chain, and it doesn't come with anything. It's just new, and so then you have to build new products, and you have to build stuff on their chain, and yeah, it's faster and it's cheap, and there's a lot of rug pulls over there, meaning there's a lot of scams. There's a lot of stuff that's just being produced, and then it's just junk, and it's kind of trashy, and so it's not really a place I like to go. It's kind of like going into the dark web when you go to the Binance chain, and it looks to me like Pulsechain isn't going to be so much that. In fact, they have quite a bit of stuff that's already being built on it, is in addition to the stuff that is already existing on Ethereum is going to be forked over. So, and if you have a contract on Ethereum, it's going to be forked over to Pulsechain, and all you have to do is change the front end. It's kind of simple. You just, if you are a developer, or if you know of a developer that can just go in and just switch your front end to basically, instead of pointing at Ethereum, it points at Pulsechain. You make a few changes internally that have to be done just so that it can do all of its processing properly. That's not too complicated. In the comment section, if you're looking for some developers, I know 3 really good guys that could that aren't too expensive that can get in there and help you out if you wanted to build your own product or if you just wanted to fork something that exists. A couple of them that I'm really kind of interested into is these ones that are sitting right here on this screen that you see. Liquid Loans, Power City, Mintra, and Pulse Lead is more like just showing you how much they was sacrificed. And then Pulsex, I think Pulsex is going to be pretty huge. I got involved in all of these projects in a little bit, just a little way, because I just wanted to kind of dip my toes in and see if there was going to be a potential. Again, I'm so new to this chain that I'm just sort of learning as I go. And what I learned was I think Liquid Loans has a really good potential. It has, if you go to their Telegram group, t.me liquid loans / liquid loans, you'll see they have basically a pretty cool system. So like most people, when you have a crypto and it increases in value, you then go and sell it, and then you lose it. You lose the potential that it could still gain you. And that's sort of unfortunate, because if it gains more in the future, you don't get to gain from it anymore. You've already cashed out. It's kind of how everything works. But Liquid Loans has a new idea, and it's based on a fork of an Ethereum project called Liquidity. And Liquidity did that basically. You take your Ethereum, you stick it in there, and then you earn. You can loan against your Ethereum, and then basically, if you wanted to go use your money for whatever you want, if the price goes up, then you can go and borrow more. But if the price goes down, then you're liquidated. And with Ethereum being extremely volatile, that is kind of scary. So you would basically want to make sure that you over collateralize, meaning you put more in and take out less. That's kind of the easier way to say it. You put in $1,000 and you don't take the whole $1,000, because if it drops in price even a little bit, you're game over. So you might just take $100 out of it or something like that. So that's basically what they have. You can deposit your PLS and you receive USDL, and then you could do a couple things with that. You can take that USDL and you could spend it, or you could take that USDL and you can put it into a pool and you can receive PLS and loan. You can then take your loan and then you can put that into a staking and you can receive PLS and USDL. It's such a cool way to just kind of regenerate some income if you don't plan on selling, or if you just want to take your gains and use them going further. And I have a further idea to use Liquid Loans. I see some, if you go to the Telegram group, you'll see some of the ideas that they have, which it's pretty amazing, the ideas that they have, because it allows you to basically just gain more and more and more and more, and as the price goes up, you can just keep taking more loan. Really cool idea. But we'll get into an idea that I have using Liquid Loans. I really like Liquid Loans. I researched some of it. It looks like the creators of it really know what they're doing, and they seem like pretty good guys. This doesn't say much, because crypto, you can have a lot of guys that look good and then they're not. They're scammers. Power City, it has a pretty cool project as well. It looks like they're kind of building like an ecosystem, a way to basically build more dApps within Pulsechain and make it easier for people to on-ramp. They're building their own NFT space, their own metaverse, their own way to basically use Liquid Loans and like build a automatic compounder. So using someone's techniques of Liquid Loans, they're building a product that you can use to basically auto compound that. Very cool. So this, what I really like is about Pulsechain so far, is that it looks to me like the whole ecosystem is working together, as opposed to like competing for value. They're all working together. It's like a cohesive environment, and I really like that. Pulsex has a really cool. This isn't the actual. This is their sacrifice site, but it kind of goes through a little bit into what Pulsex is and how it works. Pulsex is really cool because it's their DEX. It's kind of like if you know what Uniswap is. It's like Uniswap. You provide liquidity. You get LP tokens. You can take those LP tokens. You can farm them. You can do lots of things with them. They're allowing you to do single-sided stake. So, like if you have PLSX and you want to take that and stake it, you can earn a token that's basically a third-party token. They call it PRT or party or third-party. I think that's just a placeholder for now, but basically you take that and you can then sell it and you can gain income from that, and then never have to sell your Pulsex. So they have a system right now in place, an app that's going to be liquid loans where you never have to sell your PLS, and Pulsex, the DEX, you never have to sell your Pulsex, but you could still gain from it. So I mean, imagine having a system where you never have to sell anything, but you could still make money. Like it's like it almost feels like a bank. You almost feel like the ultimate DeFi right here. This is ultimate decentralized finance. The system that you can buy and never sell anything ever. And I have a few ideas using Pulsex and using liquid loans and using the entire ecosystem in a way that I really haven't seen anybody talk about. But again, I'm so new to Pulsechain. I'm brand new. I could be repeating something someone else said. I have no idea. So I'm grateful right now to be in this space. I'm grateful feeling like I'm in a potentially good driver's seat right now, where I haven't invested a whole lot into each of these projects. It's definitely stuff that I'm willing to lose. It's some gains from other crypto projects that I was able to get out of and not spend exorbitant fees in Ethereum. You time it correct. If you time it right, you can get your transactions done for less than $50, which is, I know it sounds crazy, but that's a good price. So with that being said, this is sort of just like an introductory video. I wanted to really dig into some of these things, and it, like I said, I really enjoy the fact that the whole community kind of works together. There's this other one over here. It's called Internet Money. They're also building their own wallet. So again, now we have, if you think about it, if you never had to leave Pulsechain, that would make the most benefit for everybody. Because you could, if you had a wallet and you had every application that's on Ethereum on Pulsechain, you don't need to leave. If you had bridges in and out, you don't need to leave unless you really wanted to, for whatever reason, I don't know. And if you could do all of your NFTs, they're going to be copied over as well. Why would you leave? What would be the point of leaving? It doesn't make any sense. So there's, there's how many different ways to earn PLS. There's another one too. I think it's like Free Pulse or something like that. It's basically a faucet. If you kind of understand what a faucet is, that's where you just go and you click a button and then it gives you some of their coin or token for free. And you can do it like once an hour. And that's what Free Pulse is. You can do it once an hour and you get free Pulse, PLS, for nothing. It's just free. So Free Pulse, that's where you get free PLS. You can use liquid loans and it'll earn you more PLS. You can use Power City by just holding their Watt token. I believe you stake it and then you earn PLS. And then Mintra, I think Mintra, you can stake their Mint token and earn PLS. And then Pulsex, you can earn another token that you can then dump it for PLS. And then through the IMD, which is their Internet Money Dividend, you can stake that, or I think you just hold that in your wallet and then you earn PLS. So this whole system is, it's kind of incredible. It is built to basically work all together. It's like something I've never seen before. You don't really ever see projects that just build around each other to continuously lift each other up. And then you have this one, Hurricash. It's kind of neat. I looked into it a little bit. It's sort of like, I think there was Tornado Cash, very similar. You can take your coins and throw them in there, and then there's relayers basically, and you leave it in there and it mixes all your coins up, and then you get them on an outside on a different address, and basically it's how you can make your crypto anonymous. So right now I think currently you can use it's only for PLS. I'm sure they'll have another protocol released for other coins that are being built. I don't know why they wouldn't, but that one's pretty cool as well. But again, it's all about the same ecosystem, and it's all about working together. And I don't know about you, but I feel like anytime you can come across a project where they all mix together and they all work together, why would you not get involved? Why would you not get involved? So anyways, if you like this kind of content and you like that I'm new to this and I really don't know much about it, I'm just really researching it as I go, and you want to hear more of these videos, the way to tell me that you like it is just to subscribe, and you can comment, you can tell me what you do or don't like, and I can go through and dig into further into this stuff. I do want to go into my liquid loans strategy that I have, and just really just go through this a little bit of a deeper detail on some of these projects that are existing. In Pulsex, I want to dig into that as well. It has a lot more to unpackage, and they also have a lot of stuff that's currently up on testnet that I'd like to go through as well. The testnet's very cool. And anyways, this was fun, and I probably should do some more of these. So thanks a lot for listening.